Welcome back to Solent Sports News. Coming up on today's programme, the coronavirus is plaguing sporting events around the world. We have the latest on the Formula One opener. Lots of football matches in the south aren't going ahead, but it's down to something much less dangerous. A heavyweight event has been confirmed. A world title fight is coming to London, but who will be in the ring? And the Solent Kestrels are flying high. The basketball team are making history this season and are only one game away from glory. Good afternoon. The Australian Grand Prix race organisers insist the opening round of the 2020 F1 season will go ahead as planned. Coronavirus fears have mob sporting action in recent weeks, with Italy having the most confirmed cases of the disease in Europe. There are concerns how strict travel bans of quarantine affected areas in the country. Details of Anthony Joshua's next fight have been announced. AJ will be returning to the UK. Why was it going so fast? His last battle was the clash on the dunes with Andy Ruiz Jr. in December. Our reporter, Doug Webber, has been looking into this opponent, and it's not who you may expect.
AJ Anthony Joshua!
You'd be forgiven for thinking AJ was destined to face Tyson Fury in his next bout. But with Deontay Wilder invoking the second rematch clause in their contract, AJ has turned his attentions elsewhere. Now the former Olympic champion has his belt back after defeating Andy Ruiz Jr. in December. Kubrat Pulev awaits for the two-time unified heavyweight champion. The Bulgarian will be an interesting prospect for AJ. The only defeat of his professional career came against Vladimir Klitschko in 2014. Away from the ring, however, he doesn't have as much of an untarnished record. During a post-fight interview, this forceful kiss left him in hot water. Though his boxing licence was temporarily revoked, he returned in November with a points victory over America's Rydell Booker. So we know the fight's going to take place in London, but at which venue?
If they think about to fight in London, there is only one place to fight now.
London Stadium.
The best stadium in the world, you know?
The event is set to take place at Tottenham Hotspur's £1 billion stadium and could be AJ's last battle before a date with furious destiny. Doug Webber, Solent Sports News.
Solent Kestrels have secured a place in the BBL Trophy final.
And have lost only once in the whole campaign. Their success leads them to the final of the BBL Trophy on the 15th of March, where they will be pitted up against the very best in the Newcastle Eagles.
Edwards jumping out of the gym to get that. Okoronkwo putting the moves on Thomas Edwards. Dad's Sentence, open three, makes no mistake, Elliot Sentence.
Season's been excellent so far. We're undefeated, 20-0 in the league. We won the National Cup so far, and we're also in the BBL Trophy final, which is not just club history, but British basketball history.
Trayvon Wright, Scarlett for three, Scarlett feeling it.
We have fantastic team chemistry. You know, our guys are really bought into the style of basketball that we want to play, and you know, they're selfless. They're all kind of bought into the winning culture that we've hopefully built over a number of seasons. And you know, we've had some additions. We've had some guys that have come back from previous seasons, and kind of they've helped set the tone for us.
It's a combination of hard work from the players individually, the coaching staff from Jack, O'Keefe, Matt Guyman, Adam Sewell, the fans, us. I mean, and I've been on teams before that are talented, so I just thank God I'm on the team that's guys really buy in. We understand that Newcastle, I didn't get to watch the game. I'm gonna go back and watch some film work, but some of the guys watched it. The snippets that I did see was a defensive game against Cheshire. I pretty much figured it would be a defensive game because nobody wants to give up any easy baskets.
We have great chemistry. I played on a lot of teams, but me being from another country coming over here, it's it was an immediate family atmosphere, from the coaches down to the players. So and ownership as well. So it's just a great atmosphere. With it being a BBL team, they usually have a lot more size, but at the same time, we have great talent. So I think we'll do a great job just fine. Like I said, our coach does a great job of getting the game plan going and preparation. So it's going to be up to us to just be locked in for 40+ minutes and being the best team that we can be.
Now we have Daniel Eggoose reporting.
Well, they've been the team to beat this season, and the Solent Kestrels have been just as dominant in the BBL Trophy as they have been in the league. They will play the Newcastle Eagles on the 15th of March in the BBL Trophy final, facing off against the most successful team in England's top division. Powerhouse, juggernauts and royalty are some words you could use to describe Southampton's opponents. But the Southern team will be looking to beat last year's quarter-finalists to take home the coveted trophy. I'm now joined with Kestrel's sideline reporter Valia Pilianidi. So Valia, tell me a bit about how the Kestrels have been doing this season.
Oh, they have been doing great, Dan. It's a great season for the Kestrels. They are a team that is well organized. They have great players. They have great coaching staff. So they are undefeated right now in the league. So I think they are doing pretty great, and I believe that they will have a great end of the season as well.
Newcastle are real tough opposition to face. How do you see the Kestrels doing in this final?
I believe that they want to succeed. It's the very first NBL team to reach that final, the BBL final, the BBL Trophy final, and I think that they are very excited and they are working hard so they can achieve everything.
Thank you very much, Valia.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. The Southampton Kestrels versus the Newcastle Eagles will take place on March the 15th. I'm sure it will be a fantastic game for all in attendance. Thank you very much. Back to you, Ben.
England are into the semi-finals of the Women's T20 World Cup. The Three Lions thrashed the West Indies by 46 runs in their final group game in Sydney. Natalie Siver starred with the bat, making 57 from 56 balls, as England posted 143 for 5 from their 20 overs. Crucially for England, their spin bowling impressed. Sophie Eccleston, 3 for 7, and Sarah Glenn, 2 for 16, shone once again. In many sports, injuries can ruin a whole season of planning and preparation. At Solent University, students studying physiotherapy learn how to be ready to aid the next generation of sports stars. Our reporter, Luis Jose Sarria, visited Solent to learn more about their field of work.
If we speak about sports, we will think about the best players on the field, coaches and their strategies, or the best teams in the world. Sport has progressed from his beginning until now. We don't speak only about quality or supporters. Rhythm of the competition has progressed too. From one game each month to play twice or 3 times per week. How can our body hold this? In the 5th floor of a sport complex of Solent University, students of physio learn how to get ready for the future professional players.
So my name's Tom Gray, I'm a physiotherapist. I've been here for the last 5 or so years working with the sports and exercise therapy students in different capacities. With our 1st, 2nd and 3rd years progressing them through the different studies whilst at university. Like me coming in on a Monday morning to run our clinic here, so supervising our 3rd year students within the university who are treating real life patients, so staff and students and members of the public, helping to supervise that clinic and give advice and guidance to the students. The main thing working within kind of sports profession is the level at which our kind of patients perform. So the average kind of person in the general population, it could well be that most of our promotion is around improving health and promoting more physical activity, whereas actually working with sports, it's often a case of looking at managing the load of activity. So sometimes it's overloading or doing too much that can be the issue.
As Troy says, the winter break is so important in the competition because players need to get rest. This part of the season is known by the supporters because injuries. After 6 months playing on their top level, how they can prevent the risk, which advices they should follow.
Portsmouth are looking to reach the quarter-final of the FA Cup for the first time since 2010. Pompey take on Arsenal tonight at Fratton Park in front of a sellout crowd. Portsmouth owner and former Disney boss Michael Eisner spoke to the press in preparation for tonight's fixture, saying all of Disney's sports films had the same theme, the triumph of the underdog. The Fratton faithful will welcome the Gunners for tonight's tie, with the teams getting underway at 7:45. Manchester City's recent domination of English competitions is unrivalled. These are the words of Pep Guardiola after he saw his team lift the Carabao Cup once again. Goals from Sergio Aguero and Rodri before Mbawa Samatta's reply saw City beat Aston Villa 2-1 at Wembley. This is the Spaniards' 8th piece of silverware for the Sky Blues.
Win the next one until, I don't know, long time ago. Important is that everybody knows that we have the responsibility to fight and try to win the titles and the games, and that means a lot. 8 for 11 is something remarkable. So I think we won 6 or 7 the last domestic titles. We won all of them, and that is remarkable.
Uprising in form has taken a back seat in the recent weeks. They have now suffered 3 defeats in their last 4 games, including Saturday's 3-1 away loss to West Ham. The Hammers' new signing, Jared Bowen, got off the mark for his new side before Dubliner Michael Obafemi levelled. Sebastian Haller and Mikel Antonio were also on target at the London Stadium. Football matches across the Wessex League have been cancelled, and one club that has been affected the most is Solent, as their match against Melksham Town was their 4th cancelled game in February. Our reporter Jean-Pierre went to the ground to talk to the club groundsman about the situation.
Solent Football Club faced yet another weekend without football, as the match against Melksham Town, which was meant to be on Saturday, got cancelled due to poor weather. The club groundsman talked about how the cancelled fixtures has affected the club, and now he has had to go about his duties looking after the pitch.
Cancelled matches are a nightmare for us because we prepare the pitch ready for the match, then we have a downpour and the water levels up so high that it's just impossible to play football. So all my time and the expense of marking the pitches out and preparing it has all gone to waste, really. We've got, when we're not playing football, we've not got a game, we've got no revenue coming in through the gates and what have you, and that's a major effect for the club because we've got, as I say, we have staff to pay, and food gets ordered for the after match, and things like that. It's all gone to waste. We prepare the pitch ready, make it safe for the players, and then we get a downpour, and the referee comes in and he decides initially the final decision is his, and he will say it's impossible to play.
If the weather gets better, the Solent Ultras may well make their long-awaited return back to their home stadium. This has been Jean-Pierre reporting for Solent Sports News.
That's all from us for now. We'll be back next week with more of the latest sports updates. Goodbye.